Capital Talk, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of Kenya, and now more than ever. I'm Jeff Koinange. Now, if Jua Kali is a champion of the youth, my guest today is the champion of young women, a true inspiration. Very recently, she won the first ever MTV African Music Awards, the Mama Awards, in Abuja, Nigeria, beating out stiff competition from the Nigerians and South Africans. She won Best Female Artist, first ever. She's been nominated for a whole bunch of other awards for her hit song, Sweet Love. Sounds like something from the Commodores. Well, that just shows how old I am. But nonetheless, not bad for someone who studied mathematics at university. Wow, what a change. But maybe that mathematics will help her now as she's become not only a celebrity, but a champion. She'll no doubt be making lots of money in the future representing Kenya. My guest today is also married to a very famous musician, so you can just imagine the egos in that house. She'll talk about that. You know who I'm talking about? Oh yeah, my guest today, none other than Wahu.
Hi, Jeff.
I had to put that egos thing. I had to put that in there. And for people who don't know, your husband is a guy without a name.
He's a guy without a name out there, but in the house he has a very big name.
Yeah, we'll talk about Nameless, of course.
Yeah.
A big star in his own right.
Yes.
And what's that like? Well, I have to ask you. I mean, two musical legends almost in the same house under the one roof.
You know, so many people ask me that, and for me, it's so hard for me to look at him as nameless. I met him before he was nameless. He met me before I was, I've always been Wahu, but he met me before I was a musician.
Wahu.
The musician,
Yeah.
you know. So it's hard for us to look at each other that way. You know what I'm saying? So when people ask me that, I'm like, it's just how do you look at your wife, or how do you look at your husband? I mean, that's how we are in the house. You know.
Yeah. And by the way, he told you not to get too close, right?
He told me not to get too close. It's like that Jeff guy, you know, that's his work. He's always like
It's the bench, Wahu.
It's the bench.
It's the bench.
It's the bench.
Welcome to the bench.
Thank you.
So let's go back. You studied mathematics at university.
Yes, I did.
I mean, who studies mathematics, Wahu?
What do you mean who studies mathematics?
I
did.
I dropped math in Form 2 or something.
You weren't allowed to drop math in Form 2. I mean, for me, I wanted to do something. I'm not very good at cramming. I'm you know, so I need to get to do something that, you know, all I need to do is know what the solution is or how to get the solution. I can't remember dates. I can't remember people's names. So the same way people look and they're like, you know, how do you do math? I'm like, how do you do history? How do you do medicine? How do you do whatever? You know, so I did math.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did you know all along that music was what you were born to do?
I always knew. I always felt it. It's something I believe, you know, I could feel it ever since I was a kid, but I never really got the platform to express myself until I was much older. There was, you know, I was shy. I still am shy. So
you're kidding.
Come on, Jeff. So it was hard for me to get out initially, but once I did, I was actually literally pushed out by people who love me in my family, and they were like, you know what, you must go and you must use your talent. You must get out there. So yeah, I knew early, but I started later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet Love. Where did that come from? I know it's dedicated to your daughter, Tamiso.
Yes. Sweet Love. I wrote Sweet Love when I was expecting Tamiso. That was in 2005, 2006. Yeah. So I knew. I mean, it was such a beautiful feeling. You can't even. Okay, unfortunately, you will really never know. You know. But it's, you know, just imagining there's a whole life forming inside you, and when you go for the scan and you hear the little heartbeat and you see the little hands moving, you're like, oh my God, you know, it was so beautiful. And I knew I just must write a song just talking about this whole feeling and that whole, you know, because I'd never been pregnant before. I wanted to talk about it and to, on behalf of myself, of course, and also any other woman out there who's been through the process, who's had a baby, because before, until you have your own baby, Jeff, nobody, people will tell you it changes your life, but until you have your own babies, or you're like,
Yeah.
it changes your life.
It does. I feel the
does,
same way,
you know
although
what I'm
I didn't
saying?
experience it that way, but
Yeah.
through my wife.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And the video was very, very well done. Wow. I mean, that's what I guess attracted a lot of people. It wasn't just the song itself, which was good. The video was equally good.
Asante sana. Yeah. The video for me, again, like all my music in the past has always been, I've always been pro women and that sort of thing, and I wanted to put together something that had never been done before. We've never seen a female band out there, and I was like, it just looks so hot. Just seeing a whole band of beautiful women just playing is so strong,
Yeah.
And the song is about love and that sort of thing. So that's why, and about, of course, my baby, so I had to bring in pictures of her.
Yeah.
I didn't want to doll her up or anything like that. I wanted just to present, the kawaida story. This is how we are, by the way. We hang out with tomatutas in the house. I don't put on makeup in the house or anything like that. I just wanted it to be just that kawaida Kenyan story.
Wow.
So that's what we put out there.
So you get nominated for MTV, you head to Abuja. What was that like?
It was beautiful, Jeff.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Abuja is a beautiful, it was planned out very well. It's a beautiful city. The MTV Awards were really, it was so well put together. It was so professional. I'm telling you, from the red carpet. Those things me I'm only seen in the movies out there. I see, on the red carpet, cameras.
Yeah.
And you have to, okay, this is my game face now. Strike up.
So at the end of the day,
really
we
beautiful.
can do it, yeah? We can do it
Of
like the
course we
Grammys
can
or the
do
other,
it.
yeah.
Of course, let me tell you, I mean, just to quote another Kenyan, a very, very great Kenyan, and as I own,
Yeah.
yes, we can.
Yes,
yes,
we
we
can.
There's why it's all, the block is in our minds. And what I really appreciate about this, what we won, because I believe it wasn't a win just for myself, it was a win for Kenya. And what happened is I wrote a song, but people voted. People got together and voted, and we can do it. If you just decide, by the way, we're gonna do it. So next artist who's up for anything, yes, we can. Let's push it through. Let's show the world what Kenya has to offer, and why not?
Yeah.
When they were calling out the names, right? It was you and a bunch of very famous artists, right? What did you think? Who were the others, by the way?
There was Sasha from Nigeria.
Yeah.
There was Asha from Nigeria.
Right.
There was Zonke from South Africa, and the fourth name I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce it very well.
Okay.
But all very strong women.
Yeah. Were you nervous when they were?
Of course. Me, first of all, I was starstruck, because Asha for me is just, her music is really beautiful.
Yeah.
So I did not honestly expect, in as much as, yes, we had campaigned, we had voted and all that, I honestly did not expect it to come to me. I mean, with the likes of Sasha and Asha, and we're in a country where there are 140 million
Plus. Yes.
people, and I'm from
Yeah.
Kenya, I honestly, in my wildest dreams, did not expect it. So when Florida called out my name, I was like, you gotta be kidding. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I was so elated. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I spent like a whole minute just jumping up and down on my seat.
Like in the movies.
Like in the movies,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful feeling.
You cried on stage, Wahu?
I cried because I hadn't rehearsed anything. I did not, earlier on when we were getting ready, my husband was like, so you're going to put together a speech? I'm like, those are for people who are very sure that they're going to win. I'm just going to leave it easy and just see what's going to happen. So I didn't expect it. That is why I cried, and it was a beautiful moment for Kenya as well.
We have to give props to your boy, Juakali, because he brought the house down too.
He brought the house down.
Yeah.
He did a beautiful, fantastic job.
Yeah.
Him, Cassette, and Ikechukwu on the same stage. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
He was good. He was excellent. Yeah.
You guys are so talented, eh?
Asante
Ay,
sana.
ay,
Ay, ay, ay, ay.
When representing.
Oh, thank
what a
you,
year
man.
for Kenya.
It's been a beautiful year. We started off, Jeff, on a low,
Very
the
low.
lowest of lows ever. But I'm telling you, it's like God has just amoued to turn things around. And you know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's been a year for Kenya.
Yeah. They say the darkest time is right before dawn.
There you go.
Sun is shining.
There you go. I'm telling you, man.
Good grief. Okay, so all of a sudden, everybody knows who Wahu is after this MTV Awards, right? So what do you do the next day, or what do you do with people coming at you and saying, wow, you know, well done, fantastic?
Yes, I got a lot of that, and I was, you know, first, of course, it took me a bit of time. I was like, please pinch me. Am I dreaming? You know? So, but yeah, I got so much. I'm telling you, first people calling from home and that sort of thing. And, you know, there was so much good spirit and happiness, and everybody was so excited, man. It was beautiful. And so you spend like 2-3 days just you wake up in the morning like,
It happened.
it actually happened.
I wasn't dreaming.
I wasn't dreaming, you know. And then after that, you're like, I gotta work. I have to go to the studio. I have to just go out there. You know, this is just the beginning. Now the challenge is ahead of me. You know, I have to just hit the studio, work double, triple hard. You know, harder than I thought I would.
You don't want people to think you're a one-hit wonder, right?
I don't want people to think that. I also don't want people, because you see now, it's not just Kenya, it's Africa that is looking at Kenya. And we must keep, you know, doing what it is that we're doing and pushing ourselves out there. And I want to be part of that. So I must just put my back into it, you know.
Word.
Everybody's going to be wondering, what's the award?
The award.
Where's the mama, you know? Where's the mama?
Where's the mama? Well, mama's here. But the mama is still in Abuja. They had to engrave it and, you know, that sort of thing. So they're sending it over.
Are we going to have a party when you come back?
We are going to have a party, We are, for sure.
Excellent, excellent.
Well, we want to talk more about that. And also, what's in the plans? Any tours coming, an album in the works, that kind of stuff. But first, we'll take a break. My guest today, wow, Wahu Mathenge, champion of the women. She says she does love women's causes. That's why she did that first video, that first hit song that's won her all these awards. And by the way, she's been nominated for yet another award, the Africa Music Awards in London later this month. So the sky's the limit for this young lady. What a guest. You cannot find these kinds of guests anywhere else but on Capital Talk. So don't go away, because we are back in a moment. Welcome back to Capital Talk. All this week, it's been about champions. And today, champion of the women, no doubt, Wahu Mathenge is no doubt representing, putting or flying the Kenyan flag high. Just won the inaugural MTV Africa Music Awards in Abuja, Nigeria. And she says, the sky is the limit.
Wahu.
What's up,
What a
Jeff?
story, man. What a story. For someone who studied mathematics, this is incredible.
Totally, you know, different change in direction and everything.
Yeah. Are you still waking up saying, could this be?
Or was it meant to be?
What, you know, for like, you know, first week, I still would wake up and I'm like, hey, I don't understand, I don't know. But now the way I look at it, Jeff, is I believe that, you know, when when someone is given a platform, you know, there's more that you're supposed to do with it. I mean, I love to sing, this is what I love to do, but I'm also a Kenyan, and there are very many things that we need to address as Kenyans. And being a woman, being a mother, I really want to use this platform that I've been given to just look at other things that we need to talk about and address as Kenyans, you know. So I look at it as really, like I said, a challenge. It's a challenge for me, and I've been given. Yeah. So I just must step up.
Step up.
You mentioned a moment ago that Nameless accompanied you to the awards in Abuja. How has he been like since you won? What's he been saying?
He's been so excited. He's been so excited. Have you ever seen a proud man? He's like, you know who my wife is? Do you know the MTV African Music Awards winner? My mama.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? So he's been so excited. He's been so proud, and
And he's won a bunch of awards himself, so he knows what it's
like to be out there.
He knows. So I'm slowly just adding my collection to the shelf.
You're gonna have to be competing for space in that house now.
You know, like we must put up another cabinet.
What's it like having a house full of celebrity-dom? I mean, your daughter's what, 2.5 years old, right? And there's, her folks are both famous people.
I mean, Jeff, there's been no, people that we could look up to in Kenya who are experiencing what it is that we're experiencing. So the things that we learn as we go, but I think the most important thing that we look at is like, this is work, and when I'm 60, I still want to be with you. I'm not with you because you're nameless. It's cool that you're nameless, but I'm not with you because you are, and neither is he with me because I am who I am, And so we really draw the line between what you do for work and what you do at home, because it's important too, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They say don't bring your work home with you, but you guys you do work together sometimes, huh?
We work together a lot. The kind of work that we do, it's not like a desk job. You say, I'm leaving my makaratasis in the office, you're always trying to come up with stuff, whether you're in traffic, whether you're in the house, whether whatever, so you find yourself taking your work home or to bed or to whatever, but the cool thing is that we're in the same thing, so he's interested and I'm interested, and like, what do you think about this? Like, that's a crappy idea, by the way, throw it out. Or, oh, that's really hot, work on it this way, maybe, whatever, so there's a lot of that. I write my own music, he writes his own music, but we really like bounce ideas off each other, because I don't think there's anyone who's going to be more honest with him. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm always right or whatever, but at least I'll give my honest opinion and he'll give me his honest opinion, without trying to embellish anything. It's just like, dude, this is what I think, and he'll do the same. So that it's all jumbled up like that.
That's so good, though. That is so important, because a lot of people will tell you things that you want to hear.
Yeah, and they'll tell you, man, that is so hot, or that is so what, and maybe it really isn't. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe at the back of the mind, I think, you know what I'm saying? So it's great that you have someone that's extremely honest with you and tells you how they feel about something.
What are you working on, man?
I'm working on my album, man. Like crazy. I mean, I think I had planned to. It's been a bit difficult this year because there's been so many things that I've been doing, but now more than ever, I feel I was planning to go into studio in January and just dedicate January to working on my album, but now I'm like, I must do it now. So I'm in studio now. I'm working on the album.
When can your Mashabiks expect
something?
Mashabiks can expect early next year. I don't want to give an exact time or whatever, but I'm crossing my fingers and praying that going to be ready early in the year. Yeah.
Your inspiration, Wahu, where do you get your inspiration from? Because growing up, especially in your field, lots of, smart black women out there singing some great songs. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Where do I get my inspiration from? From experiences either I have gone through or somebody else, a friend of mine or someone else has gone through, stuff like that. But what I feel is really important for me, not everybody is the same, but for me, I feel like being a woman, I just owe it to myself. I'm being the mother of a girl, I owe it to her, to other women, to myself, to show women that it's great to look good. It's great to do that, but you must have this as well. You must use your brains. You must go out there, get an education. Don't think you're as good as how you look. You're as good as what you got up here and how you use it. And that's how one way or the other, my music just sort of ends up aligning itself like that, you know. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
There's a lot of young women looking up to you right now, Wahu, saying, I want to be Wahu when I grow up, But it's very difficult for women in your field. We don't hear of too many women celebrities. What do you tell them?
What I'll say is this. Again, it's in the mind. So many things have been set out as this is a man's job. People won't really come out and say it verbally, but society is just sort of like that. When I was in school, we were very few women in my class because they won't say it, people won't say it, but it's a guy's thing. Why don't you go there and do something girly? You know what I'm saying? And you're like, why? Why? We went through the system together. It was, co-ed school. We went through, I probably did better than you in school, so why is it then when I come out there's some things for women, some things for men? Why? Why shouldn't it be okay for me to do engineering? Why should society put me down on that? And the same thing with this industry. It has sort of structured itself as a guy's thing. And any woman who comes in is like, you must be so loose, or you must be so immoral or whatever. And I'm like, man, I love to sing. Don't blame me. I love to sing. Yeah. And this is what I do good. I'm great at this. And what I tell women is don't let anybody try and put you down, tell you can't do what it is that you love to do. Let me tell you, when you're 60 years old, when you're 70 years old, you don't blame people. It will be you alone saying, I had a gap. I would have done this with my life, but I didn't because of what people said or what people thought is best for me to do. Get out there. Don't be afraid. Use what you got. Again, yes, we can.
Great advice. Any tours planned soon?
Once the album is out, I'm really hoping to do work in America, in the States, and in Europe. That's it's still pretty great. No set dates or whatever, but that's definitely in the plans for next year. Yeah.
And of course, the other obvious question is collaboration with Nameless.
Collaboration with everybody keeps asking me, when is the song coming? When is the song? It's there. We've done a song. It's there, and soon. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna come out.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
That's incredible. It sounds like, it looks like you're really having fun with
your life.
I'm telling you, Jeff, and I won't lie, I really enjoy life. But I believe you have to enjoy your life. It's the only one that you have, So whatever it is that you need to do what you love to do. You're good at what you do. I imagine you enjoy what you do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah? I'm loving life, man. I'm loving life.
Yeah.
Does your daughter Tamiso have any clue about her famous parents?
No clue. Clueless.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has absolutely no idea. She just, that's all she knows is that once in a while I'll see mommy or daddy in the newspaper or on TV, but there's no hula baloo about it. She's like, she has no clue. Yeah. But that's nice. I like it.
You think she'll be a musician, or you think she'll study math?
I don't know.
Architecture like Nameless.
Architecture, jeez. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just look and see what happens. She might decide to become a farmer.
That's what I wanted to become.
Are you serious? You'd be a farmer.
Imagine.
In Kiabu.
Yeah, with a hat and boots.
How about that? Yeah.
Excellent. At the end of the day, obviously this is a tough business. It's cutthroat. A lot of people get discouraged, right? What do you tell those people? They have great voices, they have fantastic talent. They get into a studio, they cut a good song, but they just can't
take it the next step.
Can't take it the next step. I think it's very human to get discouraged. I've gotten discouraged as well so many times. But I think I experienced a paradigm shift, which was that I don't think there's any business that happens or is successful overnight. You know what I'm saying?
No.
There's none. And any business person will look and say, this is my plan. I do not expect to make a whole lot of money in the first year. Maybe in the third year I will. But they have plans to, build in and whatever. And that's what I tell. This is a business too. You may not make it with your first song, but you have to have a plan. Just say, it's okay. maybe the second song used, the first song that failed. My first 2 songs received 0 airplay. The only people who played were my friends for one day.
And that was it.
That's it. My boss can't play my song anymore. I'm sorry. But I use it as research. I'm like,
Yes.
what did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell guys. Just look and see what you did wrong. What are people feeling? How what's the mood? What's the kind of music that people are inclined to? And find a way to adjust yourself to that.
Yeah.
And obviously you won this inaugural MTV award. There's going to be a lot of pressure for you to have another hit, another nomination next year.
The pressure is, I can feel the pressure so much, but I'm ready to take it by the horns. This is my plan. I want to just sink my everything into this art and just push it out. And just see what happens from there.
Are Kenyans appreciating their own artists now? Do you find that? Because before it was all about foreign artists, hip hop, this, that, the other. But now,
let me tell you, it has changed, eh? It has really changed. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because I look and I'm like, my daughter or your daughter is going to have, your son is going to have Kenyan role models. You know what I'm saying? It's going to look up to Kenyans. And this is how you start instilling a sense of pride in them. Not like us guys who think it's so cool to go to America or whatever, because we had foreign role models, and it's great. Yeah. It has changed, eh?
It has.
There was a time that musicians couldn't earn a living. You couldn't earn a living off your art. But it has changed.
clearly you're earning a good living.
I'm trying
The
to.
mathematics helped.
It did. It did.
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
Excellent.
Keep fighting, my dear. Well done. Fantastic job. And tell Nameless that I didn't come too close. My guest today, Wahu Thange. Unbelievable talent, yet so grounded and so focused. She says, never ever give up. No matter how much discouragement you get, no matter how much people put you down, never ever get discouraged if indeed you're doing something that you love. What a guest. What a show. What a week. If you're not watching Capital Talk, you're simply not watching television. And it's available right here on the award-winning station, K24, where we are. All Kenya.
All the time.
Capital Talk is recorded at the Fairview Hotel, the country hotel in town.